guys, this is Rosa Kelly, and today I'm going to talk about 5 of my favorite romance gone wrong thrillers. So let's take a look. These are going to be good. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Valentine's Day. And so today is a day dedicated to love, romance, and all of that. But if you're not so much into romantic books, I got you. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite thrillers, which are romance gone wrong. I mean, what a perfect read for today. And I'm excited about these books because these are my favorite thrillers to read. These are the types of books that always keep me wanting for more. Those are the books that you can't put down. They're just so binge worthy, and I have some good recommendations for you guys. So I have 5 books that I read, and also I have one that I haven't read yet, but I'm super excited about it, so I'm going to mention it here as well. And if you're into this type of romance books, continue watching. For the record, there's nothing wrong with love or romantic books. I do love romance once in a while, but these are the books that always get me super excited to read. The first book that I have here is Pretty Little Wife. This book is by Darby Kane, one that I recently read last month, and I loved it. On this book, we're following Layla and Aaron, and so they are newlyweds. She is the perfect wife. He is a very important professor, and so one day he goes missing, and the police is looking for him. And at the same time, there's a student that went missing, so the police want to know if there is a relation between the disappearance of the student and the husband. And also you're learning a little bit about her past, and she has this really traumatic past that you get to find out, her background with her family, and also you're discovering the secrets that the husband was hiding. And it is so dark, it gets really ugly, but it was so entertaining. And the twist at the end of this book, I did not see it one bit at all. So it is definitely highly recommended. You're gonna love this book if you love thrillers. I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is also read the first line of each one of these books, because I feel like the first line does tell you a lot about what the book is about. So that's something that I usually do before I pick up a book. I read the first sentence. So on this one it says, "A monster. She missed the signs before, maybe ignored them without fully realizing it. Now she couldn't unseen them." Book that I have on my list is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Finney. This book, oh my goodness, another one that you can't put down. So entertaining, so many different plot twists. A lot of the things on this book you don't even see coming. I didn't even see coming. On this book, we're following this couple who had been married for 10 years, and they are at a point on their relationship where they don't know if they want to continue being together. So they kind of take this vacation to see if they still find a connection in their marriage. And so they go to this, it's like an old chapel that was turned into an Airbnb, which is right here. They go in there and they start to kind of see some weird things happening, but they both each have a secret plan to the other person. You get into each one of them's mind, because you can read his point of view and her point of view, and then you also read about the letters that the wife used to write to him every year on every anniversary. There's the linen anniversary, the cotton, the paper, I don't know, each year is something, so she makes him a special gift. And so you get to read all of that and then connect all the points. It's so good. Let me read you the first sentence on chapter 1. And so this one starts with Amelia, and it says, "My husband doesn't recognize my face." And that also tells you a little bit about the book as well. So the next book that I have is Last Girl Ghosted. This one's another one that I just read. So on this book, we're following, I don't remember her name. Wow. So on this book, we're following Mia. She goes into this blind date, someone who she met online. She was kind of tired of dating online, and she finally found the perfect guy. And suddenly one day he disappeared. And then she was checking in on him, and everything that he made her believe wasn't true. The place where was his home was actually an Airbnb that he had rented, and then when she went back to look for him, there was like a complete other family living there at the time. And one day she gets a call from a private investigator that is looking for him because he used to date another girl that also went missing. And then she's obsessed with trying to find out what relation she had with the other missing girls and why she's not missing, why she's still alive. And so she becomes super obsessed with him. But you're also learning about her past, and I think what I love about the book more was her past, her history with her father, and the town, what happened on this town where she grew up, and why she never went back, why she never wanted anything to do with that, and how now that relates to the situation that she is currently on. So that is it. I hope I'm explaining this correctly, but it is so good. You have to read it. So the first line says, modern dating, let's be honest, it sucks. The next book that I'm going to recommend is Too Good to Be True. This is by Carola Lovering. So on this book, we're following Sky and Burke, and they are dating. They are engaged to be married. She is over the moon excited because he is the perfect guy for her. However, he is a little bit older than her, so the engagement is kind of happening a little bit too fast. Like, they have only been dating for 6 months, so her friends are all like warning her, you don't really know this guy and you have to be careful. But you know, she's kind of on that stage that I don't care, I love him and I want to be with him. And then you start learning about him, of course, and you learn pretty early on in the book, this is not a spoiler, that he is married. He's actually married to the perfect woman and he wants to do everything to make her happy. Also following the wife Heather, and there's also multiple timelines on this book. Like, you can see Heather now and present, and then you can see Heather back years ago when she was young. So what I love about the book was the treasure hunting. So the author kind of gives you clues here and there, and then once you continue reading, you realize, oh, this is why she mentioned that, and this is why we were talking about that, and there's like this thing that now it finally like clicks. So good. Again, highly recommended. The first line on this book says, something is going on with Burke this morning. I can tell because he asked me 3 times how I won my ex. So the next book in my list is Behind Closed Doors, and this is by B.A. Paris, and this is probably my favorite out of the 5. And so on this book, we're following Jack and Grace, and they are this newlywed couple. They're perfect for each other. And so on this book, you're following the relationship now that they're married, and then how, you know, they met. And so of course, back then, everything was beautiful. He was perfect. And right now they have the perfect marriage. And so you are following different timelines on this book, when they first met and how, you know, when they got married now, and then you start moving forward. But it is so good how you go back and forth with time, and so you get to see a little bit of their past and a little bit of what is going on in the marriage right now. So then you realize that she's actually trapped on this marriage and there's no way out for her, and every decision that she makes, you make with her. And then honestly, I don't see how, if I was in that situation, I would have made anything different than what she was doing. I love this book so much. Let me read to you the first sentence. The champagne bottle knocks against the marble kitchen counter, making me jump. I glance at Jack, hoping he won't have noticed how nervous I am. He catches me looking and smiles. So you can see how afraid she is of him and how perfect she needs to be. Another book that I want to briefly talk about is The Golden Couple, and this is by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Peckman. So I haven't read this book yet, but I feel like this will be right up my alley and probably on the same romance gone wrong type of book that I love to read. So on this book, we're following Marissa and Matthew. So they again are the perfect couple, but they seem to have been lost in, you know, like the day-to-day type of life. And Marissa is unfaithful to her husband, and they decide to work it out because they have an 8-year-old son, so they want to just do it for the sake of him. And so they go to this therapist named Avery. And so I think when they go to the therapist, that is when things really start to come out. And it just sounds so good because I think this therapist had some unconventional methods on saving the relationship. So I can't wait to read it. Let me go ahead and read the first line as well. Okay, so the first line is from Avery, and who is the therapist. So it says, I never know what to expect when I open my door to new clients. So those are my romance gone wrong thriller recommendations. These are so good. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. I hope that you give any of these books a try. If you have read any of these, let me know, and let me know what you thought. Personally, I love those books. Those are the type of books that keep me glued to the pages, and I just love them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.